and we had our most recent dealing range low. So actually we're dealing between this swing high and this swing low, right? When we use the Fibonacci tool and we project this, right, what we can see, what we can understand from a higher time frame perspective is that this higher time frame shows us that we are actually above the 50% area. We are in a higher time frame premium. So when you're in a higher time frame premium, you simply want to be targeting the equilibrium, right? So you just want to be trading from the premium back down to the equilibrium, right? And that is what the 50-minute time frame does. So we can target realistically this 4-hour equilibrium over here, right? So the equilibrium is basically that 50%. So it's basically halfway between the structural high and structural low, right? So if you want to know whether to hold a trade, you want to be trading with a few things. First of all, you want to have your fair value gaps in place. You want to be selling above the daily opening price. But also, I use the weekly power of 3 to determine whether I should be buying or selling, right? So the weekly power of 3 is pretty similar to the daily power of 3. We can see that the weekly power of 3, we are above the weekly opening price, right? Because the weekly opening price itself is over here. We are selling above the weekly opening price. This is what gives us extra confirmation, as well as the higher time frames being bearish as well. And we're in a premium, which of course we know we want to be targeting discount. Premium to discount, sell high, buy low. So it's the basic concept of that. So if we allow this trade to play out, of course, it's a swing trade, so you have to be a little bit patient with it. But we saw price eventually almost topping us out. But we ended up, obviously, you could have taken a re-entry over here. There were potential re-entries, right? So if we just continue to play this on, the weekly candle gave us what we were looking for, right? So the reason this trade was able to play out the way it did was simply because we were in a higher time frame premium and we want to be targeting the discount.